welcome back to my channel. My name is Shaki and today I'm going to be bringing you my Witchathon TBR. So if you didn't know, the Witchathon is hosted by Rhiannon over at Crescent Moon Reads, and I really like Rhiannon's channel, and she's hosting this week-long Witchathon and I really wanted to support her, so I decided to go ahead and do it. Despite this being kind of really busy academic part of the year for me, I decided to read for a week. Good idea, Shakira, good idea. Nevertheless, the Witchathon starts on October 24th, so you have one day when you're watching this before it starts, and if that isn't on brand for me, I don't know what it is. And the Witchathon ends on Halloween, the 31st of October, the following Wednesday, which makes weekly vlogging very difficult. Speaking of weekly vlogging, I will be weekly vlogging the experience. I will not be daily vlogging because I feel like I'm only going to do that for Booktubeathon, and I will be cramming all of my Witchathon process in the same weekly vlog. You can follow me on Goodreads to track my stuff, and I will probably be tweeting a lot as well under the hashtag Witchathon. So that is the readathon that I'm going to be getting involved with over the next week when you're seeing this, and here is my TBR. There are quite a few challenges with this one, and I thought it was going to be really ambitious for me if I was going to be like, I'm going to do a book per challenge. So I decided to go ahead and not do that this time, and my TBR is only 5 books long. I decided to double up and double up and double up because I'm very academically stressed right now. These challenges also have really long introductions, so I'm just going to get to the point of where the challenge is. I have work soon. I'm just going to get straight into it. So the first challenge is to read a book that is going to make you warm and happy, and for this challenge I have decided to pick George by Alex Gino. So I picked this book because it is an LGBTQ plus middle grade, and if that doesn't scream happy and warm and fuzzy, I don't know what does. This is basically about a trans girl called George, and she basically really wants to be a girl, and she's in little elementary school or primary school or whatever you want to call it, and she thinks that her identity is going to be hidden for the rest of her life. She doesn't believe that she's going to get out of it. She doesn't believe that she's ever going to become biologically a woman, a female, a little girl, until her teacher holds auditions for a play called Charlotte's Web, and she really wants to play Charlotte, and her friends are trying to help George get into the play, basically. I cannot wait for this. I cannot wait for this. The next challenge is to read a spooky / thriller novel, since we are in Halloween and it's a spooky season, and for this one I decided to go with Elizabeth is Missing by Emma Healy. I don't actually know what this is about. All I know is that Elizabeth is missing. I do know that it is a mystery thriller and it's really small. It is absolutely tiny. This is all about Maud, who is very forgetful, but she can't shake from her memory the fact that her friend Elizabeth is still missing, and I'm guessing this is her tale from being like really forgetful and stuff like that. Maybe she's got dementia or something, I can't explicitly say, but when I've read this I will let you know. Maybe she still remembers that her friend is missing and they go on this whole goose chase, wild chase to find Maud's friend Elizabeth, and I'm actually really excited to get to this one as it's been on my TBR for a very long time. So this next one does do a lot of the challenges. I think I have doubled up quite a lot in this readathon. This is my read by candlelight read and my book with paranormal elements, and that is The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw. So I know that witches aren't paranormal, but a lot of the stuff in here happens from the witches being like dead, so I thought it was passable because obviously the witches in The Wicked Deep have been killed. I think it's rightfully killed in a witch trial, and then they come back and take sacrifices, particularly men, from the dead, and I thought that was the paranormal element and I thought that was fine, but witches of course aren't paranormal. But yeah, I thought this was okay because they're doing it from the other side, and that is paranormal. That aspect is paranormal. I'm really excited to get to this one and I can't wait to be on the hype train with The Wicked Deep. The next challenge is to read a book that celebrates your ethnic heritage, and obviously because I am white British this is very easy for me. So the book that I have gone with that celebrates my ethnic heritage was Death and the Seaside by Alison Moore. Because I am white British and I could have literally picked up any book set with white characters, which is very easy to come by. I could probably just pick a book off my shelf and be like, this one. But I narrowed it down to the fact that I'm British, and I thought that's still a really easy concept to grasp, and so I decided to tear it down a little bit more to where I was originally born in Devon. I bought 2 books for this. I also bought Made in Devon by Kathy Bramley, and I also bought this one by Alison Moore. I decided to go with this one because the other one is like a romance, and I already have one book that is not spooky, which is George, and I thought I would pick this one because it has death in it. It was shorter for one, but it was more to do with Halloween and the season, and I feel like the cover is so mysterious. This is basically about a girl called Bonnie who has just moved out of her parents' home. Her landlady Sylvia takes an interest into her. She finished one of her stories about a girl who goes to the seaside and has strange influences, as it says on the back. As summer approaches, Sylvia suggests that her and Bonnie go away together to the seaside, and I'm guessing that her book comes to life and they both have some strange encounters with maybe some spirits, some death, some mystery. I'm actually kind of excited for this one now I've started talking about it. And the last book on my Witchathon Tbr is the group book, and I will also be body reading this book technically with Waverley Reads and my sister, and that is The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. I actually had never heard of this before Rhiannon included it into the readathon, and it is basically about a witch who is shunned from the rest of society. The village that she is shunned from, they send her children sacrifices to keep her away from the village, to keep their other children safe. But what they don't know is the fact that the witch that they are keeping themselves from is actually really nice, and she takes care of these children by feeding them sunlight or starlight. I think it's starlight. Then one day she feeds one of the children moonlight by accident, which gives her some really cool witchy powers. And when I heard that, I was sold. It's a middle grade, it would be really easy to read it, it's quite big. I also have an audiobook for this one, so when I'm getting ready for Halloween, maybe I can read this along with my audiobook. I really cannot wait to get around to this one as well. So these are all of the books that I'm going to be reading in the Witchathon. This readathon is really gonna excite me because I grew up with a lot of, like, not witchcraft, but like tarot and just spirit stuff, and I can kind of maybe see and speak to spirits, or believe that I'm seeing and speaking to spirits. I might just even be talking to myself, but who even knows. But I'm really excited for this, and I'm really excited for the witch community and the spiritual community to have some kind of like maybe some recognition in this time that is actually to do with celebrating our ancestors. So I hope that you enjoyed my TBR. I hope that you're participating in the Witchathon tomorrow. I certainly am. I'm really excited, and I hope that we can read all along together. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please give it a massive thumbs up and subscribe. I make videos every single Tuesday on this channel, and I will see you next week. Bye!
You've got a face for a smile, you know. A shame you're wasted when you're breaking me slowly. But I've got a